What's up, soldiers? Your boy Chris here, vibes and up in the kitchen. You're gonna like this one. Quick, wicked little snack. It does take some time because we're using dried chana or chickpeas. You gotta soak it overnight. That's the longest time you're gonna need. Spicy. If you like spicy, you're gonna like this one here. We're doing fried chana. We did one in the oven before. This time we're doing it a little bit different, not the traditional way per se, but you're gonna like it, man. You're watching the cricket, you're watching the football, you're watching a Super Bowl coming up. Nice little snack to make, man. Let me vibes it up. The first step is to take your dried chana or chickpeas or garbanzo beans like I have here, and all I did was in this bowl overnight. Now I have 2 cups here soaking in water overnight. You will only need 1 cup for this recipe. The other cup I'm going to use for a different recipe. Soak it overnight. You want it to be about you want the water to go about 2 inches above the dried beans, so as it soaks it's really going to plump up, because if we could compare these you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is the size when they first started off, and this is the size now, so you can notice they really took on a lot of that water. Next step here now is to drain that and get it as dry as possible. As the soaked beans dry off there, I'm just going to prepare my coriander or cilantro. If you have shado beni is probably better. A couple cloves of garlic, and like I said, this is going to be very spicy, so I've got 1 scotch bonnet pepper here. We're going to chop everything up rather finely. As we have discussed in previous videos, when handling these babies, Caribbean sunshine, scotch bonnet pepper, any sort of spicy hot peppers, what you want to do, I would recommend, is wearing gloves. Immediately after handling them, you'll want to wash your hands with soap and water. And if you want to control the heat, do not include any of the seeds and any of that white membrane that you see here surrounding the seeds. That's where most of that heat is going to be. I'm just going to get rid of the seeds, and I'm going to chop up the scotch bonnet pepper very finely. It's important that you have the ingredients prepped and ready. So my cilantro is all chopped up, that scotch bonnet pepper is chopped up, we've got that garlic all chopped up, I've got my salt ready, and I've got some Parmesan cheese ready, and that is where the whole slight twist on the traditional way of making fried chana. This is my little take on doing it a little bit differently. I've got some vegetable oil heating on a medium-high flame here. As soon as it comes up to temperature, you're going to go in, and this is why it's important that you allow those chana beans or those chickpeas to really dry out after soaking, because it's going to go into this hot oil here. And that is what I'm going to do now. Just want to add it in there and let that go on that medium heat. Stir them up in there just to make sure they don't stick to the bottom of the pan, and to fry evenly all the way through. What you will need after is a bowl and one of these sort of wire strainer things. Well, how do you call this? I don't even know, man. But we're going to take those out and we're going to put it directly into a bowl. If you want, you can, when you remove them, put them on paper towels, but we really need a little bit of that hot oil to really cook and to waken up the flavors of that garlic as well as that scotch bonnet pepper. So you'll see what I mean in a second. As they fry away, once they cook, they're going to start floating to the surface, and they're going to go nice and golden brown. I just wanted to show you guys something. This here, it's scorpion nuts, and it's made out of the Trinidad and Tobago scorpion peppers. It's all empty now. My sister brought this up for me over the holidays from the islands, and I was addicted to it. I was not paid to show you guys this, but I just wanted you guys, if ever you're in Trinidad and Tobago, you're looking for a wicked nuts to eat, Akisha, Ishka, whatever, man. You know what I mean. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, a shortcut to this is to use canned chickpeas. So you get the canned chickpeas, you rinse them out in cold water and you allow them to dry. This way you don't have to soak it overnight. Bam, into the hot oil, and you're good, man. So you'll notice it took about 10 to 12 minutes. They're all floating to the surface now, and they've gone nice and golden here. So I'm just gonna put them all on here and drain off as much of that hot oil as I can, because I'm not putting it on paper towels. and then into the bowl to mix everything. So the first thing we're going to do is hit it with a little bit of that salt. Then we're going to go in with that garlic, as well as the scotch bonnet. And here I'm going to give it a mix before I add the cilantro. And the reason why I want to add that garlic and that pepper first is because I want the heat from that hot oil to really infuse and waken up that garlic as well as the scotch bonnet pepper. Next up, we're going to go in with a whack of that cilantro. And you can really smell that garlic and that scotch bonnet and everything coming out now. Things smelling wicked. And finally, we're going to go in with some of this grated Parmesan cheese here. Totally new, totally different, a little different something I'm doing here. Give that a good mix. And there you go, friends, a wicked snack. Allow it to cool down before you go in. Don't be too greedy. Just going to top it up with a little bit more of the Parmesan cheese there. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. A lovely snack, as I said. You're watching cricket, you're watching football, you're watching the Super Bowl. You're supporting Spurs in the EPL, who knows? Bless up, man. You guys enjoy this. If you want, you can put it in a sealed container and it will last for a couple days at least if you don't eat it out first. Bless up, man.